Autel reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to try their X-Star drone, and of course I said yes. Now, one of the things about this drone is that it's ready to fly right out of the box. Now, speaking of that box, you don't get this cheap styrofoam box, you actually get a very nice box which is made out of hard plastic, and it gives you a lot of additional slots so you can put in extra batteries if you want to buy more. Now, this comes with 8 propellers, it comes with 1 battery, a 4K camera. Now, this camera I like a lot because it actually detaches from the frame, which is something that most drones do not have. And this is useful because let's say you end up crashing the drone, you end up breaking the camera, and you can easily detach this and reattach to the frame. And it also has this sort of like vibration isolators, which makes it really nice during flight. You also get a 64GB micro SD card slot, which is gonna give you plenty of storage for your 4K video recording. So one of the things about this controller is that you don't necessarily need a phone or a tablet to fly this. You actually have a display up here which gives you information, and we'll show you that in a second. There's also a few buttons here, like for example, you have to start the motors or the rotors first before you can actually fly or take off. And then this one over here is if you hold the power, we start the controller. This actually powers on the controller. And if you lose a drone for any reason or lose connection, or not really connection, but if you lose sight of it, you can actually push this and it'll return back home. This is something we've seen on a lot of drones, so this is nothing new by any means. And this is just to pause the aircraft on what it's doing. There's also other buttons up here to, like, for example, record video, control the camera, and stuff like that. So it's really easy to fly. All you need to do is go ahead and push on this button right here. And then once we go ahead and do that, it'll give you a little beeping sound. You can see it shows you the full bar of batteries. There it goes. And then what we're gonna do now is actually hold to power the controller on. And then it'll actually give us information over here as soon as we do that when I push on the start button here. It's telling me that there's 50 gigs remaining. Now here's the cool thing, you can actually format the SD card from here. So that's actually something that's really nice. Everything looks good. It's telling me that I have 100% battery life left. And then there's that image there that you can see. And all I need to do first is hold this to start the motors, and then the drone will start to spin its rotors. And then all we need to do is push on takeoff and land. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then the drone will start to rise up. So the way you fly this is actually very simple, similar to other drones where you have a left and right thumbstick to go up and down and left and right. So the app itself is very intuitive. So for example, there's a couple of vital stats up here. How far away it is from our home point, which is 244 feet, and it also displays that on the display right here on the controller. It tells us that we're 391 feet above, within the legal limit. Right now we're not moving, so it's at 0 miles per hour. There's also follow me, a lot of the features that you see on other drones too. On the right side, it's telling me how much time I have left. So right now I have about 10 minutes. This is something very useful with 42% battery life left. So it gives you an actual like time limit. So I know that I only have roughly a little over 9 minutes to come back. And then there's follow me. There's also, if I push on this, I can go home. So if I hold this, the drone is actually gonna come home, as you can see. It's heading back towards me. It's letting me know that max altitude has reached. Over here, there's a couple of camera controls. So if I wanna go ahead and adjust the ISO level, this can be all done manually. If I wanna record, I could push on that. And remember, keep in mind, I can do all of this with the controller. So I don't necessarily need the actual cell phone or tablet if I'm gonna use that. And what's cool is that most of the information that's on the app is also available on the controller. So for example, I can see the battery status of the drone. It lets me know how far away it is from home. So right now the drone's actually 360 feet away at an altitude of 304 feet. So it just gives me a lot of information that if I didn't have my phone, it's very useful. Of course, I can take pictures, I can take video, and let's go ahead and roll some video samples of stuff that I've done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments section down below. Also, I'm gonna leave pricing and availability in the description. Follow me on social networks, link down below. Thanks again for watching, and you will catch me in the next one. Adios.